Hi, this is Teresa with Little Trees Treasures, and I am gonna show you a little bit of the Aldi yarn that I was able to get. Down here is the cream color. This one is called Ombre, and there's blue, green, cream, red in there, emerald. Love this. It's so gorgeous. And then there's charcoal, I believe it's called, gray. And this one is called cranberry. So they're all a chunky yarn. And here's the specs on that. It's a 5 bulky, 100% acrylic. 14 ounces or 400 grams, 257 yards or 235 meters. It calls for 8mm crochet hook or US L11 or 8mm knitting needles, US 11. This is just one of my tubs that I have yarn in. There's lots of different stuff in here. But this is where I put the Aldi yarn. So I wanted to show that for anybody who hasn't gotten to see it. They also had a navy color is the only other color that I see, and it's a very dark blue, very pretty. So that is what I found. All right, give me just a second. All right, and here is my virus shawl coming along. I think I have about one repeat left of yarn, and then it will be done. Still living in my bag from Debbie. There's the rest of the sad skein of yarn in there. And I am using my little cake from Mo as my stitch keeper, so I'm not losing stitches when I'm yanking it out of the bag. Since I use the aluminum hooks, they're kind of heavy and it doesn't hold on to this yarn very well. So there's that so far. It's looking good, I think. Hopefully. Alright, and I'm also working on this, it's a triangle scarf. I'm using, the Karen Jumbo 100% acrylic. It's originally a 12 ounce, 4 worsted, peacock, variegated, whatever, 6mm hook I'm using, because I'm a tight crocheter. I have used a little bit of this skein before. I made myself a shawl, and I used one entire one of these and then part of this one for the shawl. So I thought this would be a nice way to use up some of it. So that's coming along. I'm about halfway done is my guess. I think I'm on like row 14, and the pattern I'm using, which I don't have at my fingertips, I don't think. Hold on just a second. Maybe I have it written down in my notebook here. The Anne shawl. I found it on Ravelry, and it's a free pattern on the website, myworkbasket.com. And it has two sizes. There's a small size, which is like a triangle scarf size, and then there's a large size, which is an actual shawl size. And so you can use like the cake yarn, so the small one would use 1 cake, the large one would use 2 cakes. And then there's 2 different borders that you can do, and the border is only worked on the short edges. It's not worked along the top, is how the pattern goes. And one of them is called the ruffle border, and one of them is called the scallop border. Let's see. You have to have an even number of rows to do the scallop border, and the ruffle border can be done with any number of rows. So we'll see how it turns out. I haven't decided which border I'm going to put on it yet, but I will decide that when I get this part done. And I also have at least one more thing to show you, so let me go get that. Hold on. Okay, so this is a hat. I was using leftover sweet roll from one of the cardigans, and I ran out of yarn. So I went into one of the teals from another one of the cardigans, and then I decided I was going to add this little flap that you can kind of, the buttons actually work, so you could unbutton it, and then this can go down like around your neck, kind of as kind of like a scarfy type thing. I don't know. Anyways, so the story behind this is where we bought our car, our truck. We take it there for maintenance and oil change and stuff. And I've, when I take it in, I sit with it and whatever and wait. So I always bring crochet with me to work on while I'm sitting there waiting. And the guy that sold us the car, truck, whatever, he teased me and asked me when I was going to make him something, and I was like, oh, well, I could totally make you a hat. And, so last time I was there, which was this week, I actually started this hat sitting there, and I got all the way through the purple and almost all the way through the orange. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have no more yarn with me. I can't even just make you a simple beanie, So me and the lady behind that counter and him and whatever kind of, we were like, oh, you need pom-poms. And, she's like, you have to make him giant pom-poms. And it was so funny. We were talking about it. And I know, oh my gosh, why am I blank on her name? I want to say Sophie, but I know that's wrong. Sonia Jones. Yeah. She has a tutorial to do eyeball pom-poms. And so originally I was going to put pom-poms on the top because I was just like, oh yeah, pom-poms, I can throw them on there. And it was funny because I was working on the pink and purple cardigan when I originally talked to him about it. So I told him, I promised him there'd be pink on there. So I made sure to put pink on there. But he wanted dangly pom-poms. So let me see if I can, it's like, so I attached here and then I braided one on each side down, and then I made 2 giant pom-poms that are eyeballs. So he has big giant eyeball pom-poms on the bottom of his crazy colored hat, because that's what he wanted. So they almost like stuff the hat when you put him in there. But yeah, I thought that was kind of fun and whatever, so I got that done and all of that fun stuff. And then I know everybody's seen her. I just want to actually like show her on the channel. I made her last year. I was just goofing around with some scrap yarn, and I made this little monster. It was my first amigurumi, no pattern. I was just goofing off just to see if I could do it. And I did, you know, I don't know, made her up out of the top of my head. So she's got 2 little blue legs, and a little tail there. And her little skirt, ruffly skirt, matches her little beanie. Can't really tell, but it's the same color, I promise. I don't know. Anyways, and then her hair is the same color as her tail. Her arms are the same color as her legs. I mean, you can see the stuffing through her and whatever, but, you know, she's my first. I didn't know really what I was doing. And I crocheted with thread the eyes, and you can see the one has the light blue and the dark blue, and then the one only has the light blue. Yes, I did that on purpose. She's got a funky little nose and a funky little mouth, and, you know, a couple weekends ago, my 4 girls decided that her name should be Princess Gumdrop, because they decided her little beanie hat looks like a gumdrop. So this is Princess Gumdrop. She has scared teenage boys, apparently, because she sits on the little table between me and my husband's chairs, and she kind of sits almost like looking at his chair. It's really cute. So anyways, I also wanted to kind of talk about, there's this like wishes thing or something going around on Instagram. I have not posted a wish. I don't plan to post a wish. I think I talked about this a little bit in my last video. But one of my friends, her and I were chatting, and she said that she has granted a few other people's wishes, but none of hers have been granted. And I just thought that was, you know, that's not right. And, you know, I don't have a whole lot of money to spare and all this jazz. But I think I mentioned about, you know, offering up a few things, like a few sets of stitch markers. And I think I'm gonna do that, because I decided, you know, that's what I want to do. So I guess it's kind of a giveaway, in the spirit of Christmas and giving, and, because I just don't think it's right. So especially if you have granted someone else's wish on Instagram and you have not gotten a wish of yours granted, send me a message. Send me an email. Find me on Facebook. Send me a personal message. Shoot me an email. You know, something. And the first 3 people that I get responses from, I will send a set of my stitch markers that I've made, and maybe something else. I don't know. We'll see. So get a hold of me. I know I have a couple craft swaps kind of lined up for the beginning of next year already that I'm going to be doing. And if I don't get 3 people who would like a set of stitch markers as one of their wishes, then I don't know. I'll figure out something, do another video and let you know. But when I have my 3 people, I will try and do a video and say who they're going to be, and it will be 100% surprise what set of stitch markers they will get. They will be, I will pick the sets from sets that I've already shown on the channel, so that you kind of have an idea of what might be coming to you. Because I have a bunch more made than what I've shown, but I just would rather pick something that I've already shown you so that you at least have some sort of idea, you know, if it's something you might want. So yeah, I will put my information in the description so that you can get a hold of me, and we will go from there. Otherwise, it's been kind of a crazy busy week. It sounds like it's kind of been that way for kind of everybody. All the videos that I've watched, you know, people seem so busy, and it's starting to get to be that season. It's hard to believe that Thanksgiving here in the U.S. is next week, and you know, we're nearing the end of another year. The week of Thanksgiving is always kind of rough for me. It's bittersweet. It'll be 14 years this year. Wow, 14 years. My grandma passed away the morning before Thanksgiving, 14 years ago. I was pregnant with my second youngest, my biologically youngest daughter, and I had just found out about a week before she passed away. And she was an amazing, amazing woman. She was one of the very few people who taught me a little bit about the person that I want to be, instead of teaching me about the person that I don't want to be. And I absolutely love her for that. I miss her often. I wish that my kids would have been old enough to be able to remember her, because she was just so wonderful. Just such an amazing, amazing woman. Sorry, it's kind of a tough subject. But yeah, she's special. Anyways, get a hold of me if you would like a set of stitch markers. Like I said, I am willing to send out 3 sets, especially to people who have granted wishes but haven't gotten a wish of theirs granted. And I hoped you liked the video. I hope you like meeting Miss Princess Gumdrop here, because, you know, she's just fantabulous with all of my non-skill with amigurumi. But I still love her. I think she's great. Yeah. She makes me giggle. That's why she's my profile picture, because I even though she's, you know, she's obviously kind of got her issues here, as you can see her stuffing, but I love her. I put a lot of time into her, but I thank everybody for coming and watching. I hope more of you start feeling more comfortable to potentially comment. As a person with a lot of mental health issues, I totally understand the anxiety and the everything that goes with putting yourself out there and putting a comment and all of that kind of thing. I worry every time I make a video and put out a video, but I absolutely love watching all of the people I watch, which I have more on my list now than I did when I did my shout out video. But you know, thank you for coming and continuing to watch and listen to my crazy ramblings and my weird stories and crazy content like Miss Princess Gumdrop here. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope that the next snowflake or flower or whatever it is that you find beautiful, that you see in the world, makes you smile and makes you stop and remember, even if it's just for a second, that you're loved and you're amazing